What's up, guys? Before I jump into it, my friends over at G Fuel ended up bumping up code ESPRESSO to 30% off, not only in celebration for the holidays, but also in celebration of Season 1 for Black Ops Cold War and Warzone. If you guys want to restock or try something out for the very first time, be sure to use code ESPRESSO. If you're interested, links in the description below. So, Modern Warfare finally did it, or Warzone did it, or whoever you want to say did it. The story that we've been following now for months has kind of capped off at this point with a surprise introduction here as of today that is pretty big. A cutscene, an ending one at that potentially, that was introduced here via new intel missions. Now, most curiously of all, this might have actually explained the long-running thought of a nuke event, and in a sense it is the nuke event, but not how we probably would have liked it to be, not a live event. So today we're gonna run down that cutscene, everything that we learned here out of that, what it means for the future of Warzone, and also a little of how you can actually see this for yourself. So as we go along, let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think of this cutscene we ended up getting for Warzone? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Love it? Hate it? Whatever it is, feel free to let me know. As well, if you are new to the channel, do be sure to hit that subscribe button. We're on that road to 400,000 subscribers, and we'll keep you up to date with all things Warzone, Black Ops Cold War, and anything in between, anything COD related. So if you're interested in joining the community, I'd love to have you. And finally, if you ever use my creator code in the in-game shop, feel free to tweet me a picture. I'd love to shout out some of your generous support in videos upcoming. But said, let's talk about this ending cutscene for Warzone. Now, the cutscene was introduced into the most recent title update this week with Season 1's integration into Warzone, but it really only went live as of today with some new intel missions. The new intel missions for Warzone and Plunder introduced us to the first few steps here, in which if you complete these, you actually by the end up broadcasting the abort sequence to 141, thus potentially wrapping up Modern Warfare's narrative involvement within Warzone, and it's quite a big one here. So let's take a look.
Bravo 6 degrees. Go green.
Copy, actual. Demon teams have cordoned off the silo.
Guys, report.
At the tower Ghost. We hacked Zakayev's comms. He's up. Stand by.
Our victory today will be decisive. Together, we put a knife to the neck of history. It's time now for the final cut. All stations be advised. Zakayev's lighting the fuse. We don't have much time. Farah, where are you?
At the entry with Alex, creating a diversion.
Guards are coming our way now, actual.
Keep them busy.
They came to Verdansk to stop us, but they couldn't resist fighting each other. This war is 50 years in the making. No more treaties, no more diplomacy. These weapons will no longer lie dormant. Your work is not in vain, Father. Show yourself. You're wasting your time.
Victor.
Captain Price, I am not surprised.
You're a dead man, Zakayev.
I started a war. Killing me won't stop it.
Oh, I won't kill you. But the fool will.
Wait.
All stations. Zakayev is dead, but the missile is not. Nick, I need the codes now.
Copy. Use the counter 6 slow.
6,
1,
1,
5.
5. Say again. Nick. Say again. I've lost you. Nick. Bloody hell, Nick. The last digit.
7. 1, 5, 7.
Call signs this net. Launch is terminated. Mission accomplished. This isn't over. Not by a long shot.
Damage to actual.
So, what's your position?
Have a click off the coast. Things are really heating up out here.
Hold tight. We're moving your way. On me.
Now, shout out to Geeky Pastimes for his initial finding here of this. The guy's on another level when it comes to solving puzzles and such, and he was the first one that I saw complete the intel missions. But firstly, to do this, all you have to do is complete the final intel missions here that we had introduced with this update. You don't have to complete all of them. That was my big fear here with this, or at least completing all of Season 6, let alone the entire library of intel missions. You only have to complete this most recent offering. But if you decide to do it, we learned a few things out of this cutscene. Firstly, the nuke event was a cutscene, and unfortunately, that intel that we figured would be part of a nuke event, unfortunately, was just a cutscene all along. We had these items leading up to what seemingly was going to be this grand finale, but unfortunately that goes out in a cutscene, so we were wrong on that part. I do kind of wish that, especially after seeing the Know Your History event, that this would have been something that was a live event and that all players could experience for themselves in real time, but this is what we have here for it, and it caps off what seemingly is the end of Modern Warfare's narrative. But we learned a little bit about what is coming to Modern Warfare, or who is coming to Modern Warfare, and also potentially a little bit about the future of Warzone. The big reveal out of this, though, is that we see 141 all together. You, of course, see those operators jumping off dam one by one: Price, Nikolai, Farah, Alex, Gaz, and Ghost. But in his transmission over the radio right before that, we see that Price is talking to Soap, which is our final confirmation that Soap is indeed coming to the game. Now, it's so odd to me that he's being introduced this late into the game. I almost figured they'd save him for Modern Warfare air quote 2, or whatever we call the next game after this one. I figured they'd just save him for the next game, given that we're already into Black Ops Cold War, and that main year of content support is technically finished because it's no longer the game in the spotlight. But it seems like he is coming after all here within this year. Now, it's also cool because it seems like this is something that is coming very soon here, Soap included, because we've as of recently seen mention of a couple of weapons that have been not only data mined, but have actually shown up in the combat record of Modern Warfare. The CX-9 SMG and the Psychov pistol are listed currently in the combat record of Modern Warfare, and were actually, in some cases, seen in the in-game menus that you could actually unlock them, or that challenge would pop up, so they'd be in your creator class. Raven not so subtly confirmed this by saying that they corrected menus where it showed challenges for weapons not yet released. Plus, as of recently, we've actually seen that Soap was leaked in the operator menu selection for Modern Warfare and Warzone. So again, kind of furthering that he's there, he's finished, he has an execution even available with it, so he's coming soon. It's just a matter of when. That's the biggest question mark here at this. We have all these items now actually a part of the game and in the game files, ready to go. It looks like it's just when they pull the trigger. Now, what's the next step, though, for Warzone? Because to me, that's another huge question mark. In that cutscene, Price says that it's far from over, but I think that this may actually mark the finale of Modern Warfare's involvement for the time being in Warzone, and that narrative that was discussed within the lore of Warzone. Modern Warfare's storyline really is, at least in my eyes, at the finish line here for this, because you had in the campaign you were stopping Barkov, and then you learn through the cutscenes at the end of the campaign that your story continues into Spec Ops, and then Warzone after that Zakhaev is that new threat. Well, he's kind of now taken out of the picture. I mean, Price threw him to his death, so his plan was thwarted. He's no longer in the picture. So what else makes it far from over? I mean, I guess that Armistice is in complete disarray because of Zakhaev's plan to turn everybody against each other, but at the same time, there's no real big bad guy that they have to face now at this point. So to me, this would be a perfect transition point for Warzone's narrative to introduce Cold War items, a storyline with that follows maybe the trails of Perseus's last remaining operatives after the Cold War narrative, assuming that there are some, and follow the start of this Cold War that seemingly never ended in Modern Warfare's universe, as Victor mentioned in the cutscenes that his father started this 50 years earlier. So you could easily come together, put some universal lore and early perspective on this from a 50-year earlier standpoint, that maybe whenever a new map comes out, if it comes out, it is Cold War themed, it features some of these areas and a Cold War version of Verdansk 50 years earlier than the map we have right now, and we see the storyline progress from there. that's possible, and then maybe Price and Co. pick back up in the campaign of Modern Warfare air quote 2, perhaps introducing us to Makarov this time around. So I think that narratively, it's time that we can see a shift here, but that's just my own speculation at this point. But it's definitely interesting to see, and that is an awesome cutscene, I think, here to wrap it up. A little bit anticlimactic, seeing that we had for months on months this building up to some sort of nuke event, but then Price actually stops the nuke before the event actually happens. But narratively, I like to see this cap here on Modern Warfare storyline. I think Taylor Kurosaki and the entire writing department over at Infinity Ward did a fantastic job with the Modern Warfare storyline, and I'm excited to see where it goes from here. But for now, that's where we're going to wrap it up. I just want to share this with you guys because there's a lot to unpack here with this cutscene, how you can accomplish it for yourself, and everything in between. So that said, that's where we're going to wrap it up. I'd love to get your thoughts and feedback down there in the comment section down below. What do you guys think of this cutscene here? Like it, love it, dislike it, hate it, whatever it is, feel free to let me know your thoughts. But hopefully enjoy the video. If you did, make sure to drop a like down below, and of course, if you're new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so it's a single thing regarding all things Black Ops Cold War, Warzone, and anything in relation to narrative lore like this. We'll keep you updated. So if you're interested, hit that subscribe button. If you also want to follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected outside of YouTube. Probably live on both those. If you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, that link is down there in the description below. But that said, thanks so much for watching. My name's been Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.